Imagine this. You get to your dream destination, Italy, and you get on your scooter, your Vespa, and you start cruising to your first location, which is a winery that's 30 minutes away. And you're cruising there on a Vespa, so it's not the most comfortable thing. You're not familiar with the roads. And you get there and the winery's closed on Tuesdays, and it doesn't open till 4:30, but you have a dinner reservation at 5:30. That's 30 minutes in the opposite direction. Or you get to the castle and you can't wait to tour the gardens, and they're closed on Thursdays, and they don't open until next week because they're on strike. All this happens due to lack of planning. Because failing to plan your next adventure is planning to fail. Here's 6 whys or why nots that you should consider before planning your next adventure. 1. The true cost of winging it. We discovered this because I planned it out, but I didn't plan it out well because I was so busy planning a big trip and planning to film and what I'm going to do on location that I forgot certain things that made it a little unfun, let's say, between my wife and I for our 25th wedding anniversary. So we get on the train coming from Rome, and we're going to go to, I have it all planned out. We have 3 hours to hit, let's say, 8 different spots in Rome, and 5 of them were these pizza places. So I was going on a pizza tour. There's the Bonci pizzeria. They call it the Pizza Emporium, and I had to hit that. I've been watching this guy for about 12 years, and I've yet to eat any of his pizza, and it looks fantastic. So that was a must-go place. So we go, and we're getting on the trains. Now they have local trains, and then they have high-speed trains. Well, what do? I get the ticket for the local train. The local train takes us about 3 hours to get to the airport. And then from the airport, we still got to go down to the Rome station. And the Rome station's about 20 minutes away, high-speed train from the airport, thereabouts. So what happens is I realize as we go after stop, after stop, after stop, after stop, that we're on the wrong train. And then I start doing the math. The math's not adding up. So what do? We take the train straight to the airport, and we're there for 3 hours. We eat really expensive food. I don't get the pizza that I wanted to get, and it was pretty miserable. And we were very irritable by that point. So all we wanted to do was get to Venice. So that's the true price of winging it. Number 2, there's a better way. You have time. That's the good news. Time is on your side. It's not always on your side, but when you plan it, it is. You can learn about the culture. You can learn about languages. You can learn a new phrase. I remember the first time I went to Italy. Italy's a big deal for me. I learned il canto. And I know I'm saying it wrong, but it means to check, please. And then I also learned different languages when we went to other countries, like when we'd go to Mexico or El Salvador. The Spanish in El Salvador is totally different than the Spanish in Mexico. So you learn the nuances of language. So with time, you can do these things. And with planning, you have time. Number 3, you don't have to go on this grand adventure to Italy. You can go on a micro adventure. That's right. You can do a pizza dinner in your own backyard. So we built a wood-burning pizza oven. It's really fun. We don't probably use it as frequently as we should. But my oldest son and my middle son have gotten really good at it. My daughter has gotten really good at the dough. So when we do it, it tends to be a little messy and a little fun, but in a messy sense. So there's a lot to clean up. And we like all different types of ingredients. So we really plan it out. So what does it look like when it's planned out? Well, there's the vision. Okay. The vision is, what is it that we're going to do? What kind of pizza party do we want? Do we want calzones? Do we want Chicago style? Do we want Napoleon style? So that's part of the planning. And then there's the logistics. What time are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? As in the day. what's the best time for everybody that's coming. Then there's the people. Who are we inviting over? Is it younger people? Is it older people? Is it a mix? Are these people going to get along? Are these people into food? So what is the expectation with that? So that's can look totally different, 100% different when you don't plan it out. It could look last minute. It could be the wrong ingredients. It could be the oven takes about, I'd say about an hour to get to the point where it's hot enough where it cooks evenly on the bottom as well as the top. And that takes a lot of wood and a lot of time. And within that, we have to get the pizza deck to a certain temperature, but you also have to get the inside of the pizza oven itself, the inside of the dome to a certain temperature. So you need wood. But when you throw wood in there, you get flare-ups, and then you get burnt pizzas. So it's really learning how to do all that. So that can be super stressful when you try to wing it. What's the time? It's time for a Nomen.
Tell you why failing to plan your next great adventure is planning to fail on your next great adventure. With careful planning, you can still create a fun-filled, spontaneous adventure. Here at Gnomish Adventures, we always plan our next adventure because we know the value this brings to us when we are starting on our chosen journey. Here are our top 4 reasons. 1. Reduces stress and anxiety. 2. Maximizes enjoyment and time. 3. Budget management and cost savings. 4. Allows for informed spontaneity for creating a plan. Knowing the major components of your trip are arranged, flights, accommodation, key activities, eliminates a huge source of potential stress, both before and during the vacation. You won't be scrambling last minute or worrying about availability. While it might sound counterintuitive, having a solid plan often provides the best foundation for enjoyable spontaneity. Planning allows you to set a budget and stick to it. Booking flights, accommodation, and sometimes even tours in advance often leads to significant cost savings compared to last-minute purchases. It also helps you anticipate expenses and avoid unexpected financial strain. Planning helps you prioritize what you really want to see and do. To sum it up, planning is crucial for a vacation for several key reasons, contributing significantly to a smoother, more enjoyable, and often more affordable trip. This Nomen was made possible by
Number 4, the weekend road trip. Time to level up. It's not just about where you're going, it's about how you get there. Look on the map. Look at all these green spots as you go on Google Maps and find out what they are. See if there's a hidden waterfall along the way. See if there's that nice little cozy breakfast nook that you want to go visit in the chalet. It could be simple as your kids want to go to a special event when you're there, or a destination such as the aquarium. And that's not the final destination. These are just things we go along the way. I remember when our children were younger and we'd come back from Vegas, and there'd always be this part we'd stop at with dinosaurs. And there's this big giant T-Rex that you climb up into his head, and we took a picture, epic picture. So those things only happen when you plan them out. Secondly, this is where AI can help you. There's booking.com, there's Uber, there's Priceline, there's Get Your Guide. All these things come together to help you plan out your weekend getaway. And you also have to plan on having a budget. What does that look like? What are your meals going to look like? We often will, if it's a weekend getaway, on the way up, we're making something. When we get there, we probably have all our breakfasts at the place we're going to stay, and dinners and lunches, since we'll be out and about, we buy. But those are planned as well, because we plan the restaurants we want to go to. We plan the type of food we want to get to. We don't want to waste time on going, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think? Well, we can go Thai, we can go Chinese, or we can go Vietnamese. I don't know. Where's a good Thai place? I don't know. I read this one got good reviews. And then 30 minutes later, you're still at the same question. Where are you going to eat? So it's really imperative that you plan it out and you have a budget and then you book it. So there's all these little things that you can also do. You think that are going to be cost saving, but they're not. So when you're looking at the booking, you really got to do the homework and do the math and find out what works best for you. 5, the main event, the Big Mac Daddy, as they say, the international vacation. That's right. That one's really hard. But this is where time comes into play as well. Time helps you think about non-negotiables. Like, how far do you want to go? How far do you want to be from the hotel? How are you going to get around? Where's food around the hotel? Is it food that you're comfortable with? Is it food that you're going to go out and explore? Okay, now you have time. You can learn about all the different types of cuisines that there are that you're going to be comfortable with and what the names are and what the mainstays are. This, for me, is where itineraries are a must. I use AI to make my itineraries, but you can just go on my website and become a member, and you can get a free travel itinerary. Yes, this is misspelled. We're fixing that. But the great thing about this travel itinerary is it also gives you stops. So if you put this into Google Maps, it'll give you, you can either do it by walking, you can do it by Uber, you can do it by train, plane, automobile. It'll take you to all these different locations that are must-see destinations for each city. You can take the time and make your own. You have time. That's the idea of it. When you're planning, you always have the time because you're not failing to plan. You're planning to not fail. So since that's the case, you can make your own. But again, if you go on the website, gnomishadventures.com, we already have it done for you. All you have to do is leave your name and your email address. There's also great articles about each place we go. So I write the itinerary and then we go and we test the itinerary. And we go to each place and we usually use public transportation. So we see how hard it is and how close they are. And then I'll come back and make adjustments to the itinerary as needed. And there's always great restaurant picks we have because food's a very important thing to us when we're exploring other cultures. Again, use AI. I use AI for all this. And then the other thing I do, especially when we go on cruises, is they have their own pre-planned outings you can do at every port of call. Well, I see what their pre-planned outings are. I see what the must-see spots are. And then I'll go to somewhere like Get Your Guide, and it's half the price. And they have great things to do. When we were in Italy, we found out about wineries, but there's also wine trips you could take where they have a guide that will take you on a wine trip. There's horseback riding in Santa Monica. Again, you can go horseback riding and then go to wineries. Like, there's all these things if you take the time to plan it out. And I'd also plan out the minute details, the things that are going to hang you up and are going to cost you time, energy, and money from lack of planning. Get those things out of the way. Because the most important thing you want in a vacation is you want peace. Peace of mind, peace in your relationship, and just a general sense of contentment when you come back that you don't need a vacation from your vacation. So let's wrap it up. The sixth thing. Why is it important and why should you plan your vacation? It all comes down to relationships. So the whole reason you're going on a vacation is to grow a relationship. It's either a relationship with your children, a relationship with your loved ones, or a relationship with your number one. And the only way you're going to grow that is if it's stress-free. That means you know up front that everything's paid for. If you are going to be internationally traveling, you got to worry about the phone. Are you getting an eSIM? Are you going to get a SIM card mailed to you? Or do you have an international plan? You got to worry about how you're going to get there. You got to worry about where you're going to stay, and you got to worry about where you're going to eat. All this takes planning. But the key to a good, successful adventure isn't so much the planning, it's the communication you have with your loved ones while you're doing the planning. Because that's part of the fun. That's part of the, hey, what do you want to explore? Hey, what do you want to do when we get there? Hey, what's your must haves? What are your must-dos? Hey, what are your non-negotiables? What is it that you don't want to do when we're there? What is it, how last time we went, I remember we wasted all this time doing XYZ. Oh, you want to do ABC. So it's really about that communication piece. And that's what's going to lead to a successful adventure. So, as we like to say here, let's get cracking.